Have you heard of this underground, shadow-released battle royale game that started out as a sequel to one of the most beloved FPS platformers? You know, Apex Legends. If you don't know what this game is, seriously? Never played it before. Can I go with you? But seriously, Apex is basically a first-person looter-shooter battle royale with cheese.
So good and tasty?
You select your legend, each supporting unique abilities for gameplay, drop from the ship, and land at one of the tens of POIs around the map. From there, you search for weapons, ammo, and those other players unfortunate enough to grief your LZ. Beat all other squads, and you become the Apex champion. Or, more realistically, you land, spend 20 minutes looting, find the best gear and attachments, and lose to the first encounter you find yourself. I've been playing Apex since Season 7, grinding out some seasons and barely touching others. But one thing has always brought me back. Those heirloom shards, baby! But seriously, the maps, the characters, and the sheer immersion is impressive to say the least. However, when the game itself is sweatier than ever, the player base is shrinking, EA continues wringing out the pockets of little Jimmy with new made-up cosmetic tiers, and I find myself questioning not if, but when will the game go offline in the future. So, what am I to do with all of my enamorment of the game I once held so dear? I'm making Apex Legends in LEGO! The goal is simple. Create 3 or 4 squads of my favorite legends, with their abilities, create map-accurate vehicles and side builds, and finally put them into an epic diorama, featuring a location from one of the amazing maps. In this update, I'm going to focus on the legends that I've already made so far. Now, I'm not the first one to try this. The Brick Boyo has already made some incredible print designs for many of these beloved characters. However, I'll be making these figures purist custom, only using official LEGO pieces, prints, and stickers. While this limits accuracy, I feel it holds the models closer to the LEGO identity, and it won't cost me a fortune with custom printed figures. So how about we go through these legends, ordered by the difficulty they gave me in sourcing the parts and putting them together. Believe me, some of these were as challenging to put together as it is to get random wraiths not to drop a cascade. Fuse uses some straightforward parts for the most part. He uses a Han Solo torso from a Microfighter, collectible minifigure Series 19 Jungle Explorer's printed legs, which I really think work well with his torso print, and that boot is delightful. He's got 2 parts from Series 16, the Spy hairpiece and the Mariachi mustache. Now the hair isn't a mullet, but I feel it encapsulates the perfect hair spike. Rounding it out, he's got a mechanical arm, which is in the right gold coloring I found from Hip Hop Robot Beatbox. Say that 10 times fast. I really like the build for the thermal grenade, using the newer flower piece as just the right amount of detail with the lightsaber hilt piece. Wraith was another surprisingly easy figure to put together with parts from my own collection. Features Selena Kyle's torso print from the Batman sets, as well as Black Widow's legs from the Outrider dropship attack set. Those two pair perfectly together. The colors, the depths of the lines, masterpiece. Couple that with Black Widow's face and Nia's hairpiece from the Ninjago City Chase set, and she already looks pretty good. The icing on the cake has to be that cape piece, featured first and only in the LEGO Overwatch set's Reaper figure. I think it fits perfectly with her in-universe design, the perfect piece for this build. I also like that glittery trans purple dish piece that she uses for her portal. Lifeline gave me a little bit more trouble, though I'm fairly pleased with the end result here. Her head and hair piece are both from the Izzy Hawthorne figure from the Lightyear sets. I think they work really well. Now there is a better color of that hairpiece in like blue, but I didn't have that in my collection, so maybe in the future I'll add that. The torso print is actually Hoth Luke Skywalker. This was the closest thing I could find, which really, it's surprisingly hard to find a midriff torso print that isn't a white guy or a white guy. The arms are from Shuri in the Black Panther Dragonflyer, and the hands are from Recycling Truck Recycle Worker figure. Really cool set, by the way. I couldn't do Lifeline without giving her the mid legs, as she's one of the shorter characters in the game, and those are from Knight of the Yellow Castle from Collectible Minifigure Series 23. Gosh, I love that figure. It's gorgeous. And that pink shield print. Oh, but yeah, this Lifeline turned out pretty cool. Here we come to one of my favorites that I put together for this video, Rampart. I thought I would have a lot more trouble finding a matching hairpiece, but CMF Series 18 Bricksuit Girl had the perfect part in just the right color. I was happy to get that one giant pigtail bit coming out of the head. Really pleased with that. Our first reused figure part, Selena Kyle's head print, which is just the perfect skin tone and expression that I could have wanted for this figure. Really happy that I had that in my collection already. The rest of her body, the torso and legs, actually comes from a Poe Dameron figure, which was exclusive to this random time to play activity book I found at Ollie's for a few dollars. Really happy I picked up that figure because this was the perfect torso and leg print for her in just the right color. But I have to say, the real make or break for this thing is Sheila. What can I say? I had so much fun trying to figure out how to make this gun. It wouldn't have been possible without the MVP part of this build, which is these Overwatch gun pieces. They're going to be so useful for creating the weapons in the game. Really pleased with how this one turned out. Gibraltar is another one of those figures that was really challenging to find just the right parts for, but one I am so happy to have in front of me. I mean, there's no questioning who it is. It's Gibby! It was so gratifying to find the perfect hairpiece. It's actually Takuma's hairpiece, a random named character from the Lego Ninjago movie. This is a standard clone trooper head, which is really fitting for Tierra Morrison, Maori character. It just works out so well. Another Star Wars piece is his torso print. It's actually the older style of Scout Trooper torso. I really love how the pouches are situated on this torso print. It really makes it look like a stomach bulge, which is perfect for this guy. His leg print is actually from a Space Police 3 figure, with some added white hips. Shield piece is actually from the First Order Transport Speeder Battle Pack. If you watch the Brick Boyo's video about making his custom Gibraltar figure, he does use that piece, although he scales it down. I think it works fine in this scale. I don't have a problem with using it as is. A lot smaller than trying to brick build it, let me tell you. Probably the most crucial part about this minifigure was this armor piece from the Aaron Fox Nexonite figure. It adds that mass to his shoulders and that just slight touch of orange that we needed to see in this figure. It also allows for a plate connection at the back. It allowed for the perfect back detailing to be created. Oh, masterstroke. On to our other heavy tank beef boy, Caustic. He actually uses McCree's alternate hairpiece from the Dorado Showdown. His face print is actually Captain America's head, also from that Outrider dropship attack set. I think the beard print is what makes it. He doesn't have the goggles, so having that nice bushy beard detail makes this figure for me. I really like this gas mask piece I was able to find for this. I believe it was used in some like air police sets. Works perfectly with that life vest I got from a police boat poly bag. It fills in that gap that's created when you set 3 of those neck insert pieces as well as a head on top. It covers that up beautifully. I was able to give him his iconic gloves thanks to CMF Series 19 program. The arms are just perfect for that effect. The torso, not so much, but we kept it underneath there. His legs again feature parts from CMF Series 16 Spy. Added yellow hips, again to get that utility belt. I'm not opposed to switching out legs and hips because they're all official Lego. The last important bit of detailing was his backpack build. I'm happy I was able to get the Nox canisters involved, even though they're technically supposed to be on his hips. I think it does wonders for this figure. It makes him feel not as flat. Pretty happy with how this one turned out. Second to last, we have Bloodhound. This one gave me a very specific challenge. Most of the pieces were actually really easy to choose. As soon as I got Izzy Hawthorne in that Lightyear set, I knew I had to use her torso and leg print for this. All of the satchels, the knee armor, it works so incredibly well. Bloodhound features the head from Unkar's Thug in Ray's speeder set with those radial goggles, and it pairs so well with the breathing apparatus piece, it makes that lower helmet shape just perfect. That's found in the Samurai Rapper from the video Bandmates. That series didn't stick around for long. Combine that with the epaulets, most of the figure is pretty good, except when you come to the helmet. When I tell you, I looked through every available official LEGO helmet piece in existence. That's not an exaggeration. But I am pretty pleased with how it turned out. Bloodhound's helmet piece actually comes from CMF Series 5 detective figure, just spun on its side. Doesn't sit flush exactly how it's supposed to, gives it the iconic helmet shape, and I couldn't be more pleased. And I've also included Bloodhound's heirloom, just a simple 2-part build with a hollow stud and an axe. But I think it works pretty well. We have saved the best and most tricky for last. I tried so many combos of parts to try to make the base Octane skin, but just could not get the head right, or the torso, or the legs for that matter. That was until CMF Series 25 Sprinter figure was revealed. Behold, 2 glorious prosthetic legs. A few series later, the perfect torso was introduced. CMF Series 27 with the Jetpack Racer figure. When I saw this piece, I knew I would have the perfect Octane minifig. All I needed was the ATV style helmet in dark azure from the city's sub-theme Arctic sets, and finally the night vision visor part from CMF Series 16 Spy. It makes or breaks this figure design, and I think it pulls off really well. I also gave him an injection syringe in bright yellowish green so he can stim across the battlefield in style. I am over the moon with how this one turned out. With the amount of difficulties I had trying to make the base skin, just making a skin variant of him was so gratifying. Overall, this has to be my favorite figure I made for the series. And there we are, all 8 figures so far. I'm incredibly happy to have made such convincing purist customs of these absolute legends. Let me know down in the comments which is your favorite and who you'd like to see me make next. I'd like to have about 4 squads represented, so 4 more figures that still need to be made up. Next update, I will be kitting out our intrepid Apex inhabitants with their abilities and ultimates, as well as embarking on the hardest challenge of my LEGO building career. Give us a like and subscribe, because you do not want to miss the next one. God bless, no stress.